Welcome back to part 3 in this newsletter series, and in this video we're going to be talking about how you can earn passive income with a jobs board newsletter. Now you are going to have set some things up before you get started, but in this video I do want to talk to you about the passive element because it is very cool when you go to bed and you wake up and you have an alert that you've been paid $100, $200, $300, or you wake up and check your emails and you see emails there showing that you have made money, or you've been out doing something maybe with family or friends and you check your phone and money has come in. It's a very cool feeling, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can do it with a jobs board. So jobs board newsletters, you can go away, create a jobs board software directory, yes, 100%, but we're going to do this in a newsletter because you can start off completely for free. I'm going to show you how you can do this with manual effort, but scale your earnings. Okay, now this is just going to be an overview of the passive side of things, how you actually sort of the overview idea of how you would set things up. In terms of which buttons to click and how to do it all, that's going to be a future video. So the way we're going to do this is with sponsored job listings. In your newsletter, whatever niche you decide to pick, and we've been through niching and everything in a previous video in this series, so just go back and check that out. But you're going to have a list of jobs listings in your niche, and some of them are going to be sponsored. And these are the ones that you're going to get paid for. These are people paying to be in your newsletter. And you don't even have to speak to the client. You can get the whole thing submitted. So the kind of tool stack we're talking about is some kind of email service provider, could be Beehive, could be Substack, could be Kit. Then some way of collecting the information, Google Forms, for example, and there's other ways to do it as well. And then some kind of payment, that could be Stripe, it could be PayPal. Like I said, how you're going to build it all out, I will show you in a future video in this series. But basically what's going to happen is somebody will come to your newsletter, they will see that you are taking on sponsors, they'll go fill out the form with all the information that you need to be able to put the sponsored job listing into the next newsletter, and then they'll pay you. Now, the advantages of these is it is a reliable income stream with minimal effort. Once you've set everything up, it just sits there. You're just going to put a link into every single one of your newsletters, and then in every single one of your newsletters, somebody could send you a sponsored listing and you can get paid. And what it does is it builds authority as a niche jobs platform. Okay, if people are paying to be in your newsletter, then straight away that shows people that you are able to convert people on your list who are interested in getting jobs in whatever your niche is, converting those into employees at these sponsored businesses that have become sponsored listings in your newsletter. And it's scalable for newsletters of all sizes. So it really doesn't matter what your niche is. As I said in the previous video, actually having 500 perfect candidates for particular businesses in a particular niche is way more valuable than 10,000 people that are interested in something really broad, like, I don't know, Marvel or Lego. Right? So you don't have to have that pressure of getting 10,000 people on a list. You just have to have the right people on the list that is going to attract people that have jobs availability to your newsletter, and then they want to have prime real estate in your newsletter by being a sponsored listing. Okay, now you can stack multiple sponsored posts over multiple categories. So for example, if you were doing something with writing, then you might have different niches within that, so different types of writing, and then each one of those categories, let's say you had 5, had 1 or 2 sponsored posts within it. Okay, so 5 categories, 5 sponsored posts at $100 each, that's $500. Do that once a week, that's $500 a week that you're making. So you can scale it and stack it over time. So as I've kind of alluded to already, a sponsored listing is very simply where employers pay a fee to be featured in your newsletter. You're going to put them at the top, you're going to make it prominent, you're going to increase visibility, you can use colors, labels, all sorts of things in order to highlight that. Now, there is software out there that you can use. I'll quickly show you CopyQuill right now. So this is what CopyQuill looks like. This is an AI newsletter generator. You can see here I've got my newsletter set up ready to go. So I've got the name, I've got the logo. So what I'll do is I'll just throw in, so you can see the difference. I'll go to the RSS feed. So I've set this up already. So let's say we want to put this one in here. So you can see that's in there now. And then we'll just chuck in another one as well. So let's put in another post. Let's go for this one, add that one. Okay, so you can see that the AI is doing all of this for me without me having to do anything. But what I'm going to do is if I scroll down here and I want to include an advertisement, then the advertisement is going to go in this box, and you can see it contrasts against the theme that I have picked. Now there's loads of different themes that you can choose in CopyQuill, and you can test those out in your own time. But I can just say add, so this one is marked as an advert. Then I can put in whatever the title is. So for this particular newsletter, I just actually made something up in ChatGPT. So I'm just going to take this one over here, put that in as the title. Then I just got ChatGPT to make me up a fictitious sort of ad, pop that in there, and then you can see that that is my advertisement. And then I can obviously add images and I can change things around, and then when I'm done I can just add a new section. Let's say I'm going to put the sports section in here, and then I can just carry on building this out, either putting in my own links that I found, or again just using the RSS feed. So that's the kind of thing that it's going to look like. Okay, and that's what people are going to be paying for. Okay, businesses are going to be paying for the fact that this jumps off the page and they are prominent in the newsletter. Okay, now why they're going to pay you is because you're going to give them access to the targeted audience. Like I said earlier, 500 of their ideal employees on a list. Companies are going to pay a lot to get in front of those 500 people. They're going to be way more interested in working with you than a broad website that does all types of jobs like Indeed, for example. And not only that, you will get to know your community, you'll get to know the people on your list, so you could actually sort of, help speed the process along by putting the right people in contact. And it's cost effective compared to traditional jobs board because their ROI is going to be greater. Okay, they know if they give you $100, $200 or whatever it is in order to be a sponsored post, then because they're getting in front of the right audience, that money is going to show a greater return on investment, because they're not only going to get more applications, but they're going to get more applications from the people that they actually want to hire. And this gets enhanced credibility through news-focused newsletters. Okay, so as I said, I'm going to show you how to set this whole thing up, how to set up sponsored post in a future video, so do subscribe if you want to check that out. But as I said here, the basic overview of this is you're going to create a submissions workflow. So you're going to identify what you want to capture, what information that you need. Then what you're going to do is you're going to set up a way of collecting that. It could be Google Forms, it could be something else. Like I said, we have things that can help you out with this that I'll show you in future videos. Then you're going to automate payments. So you're going to connect the submissions workflow to Stripe or to PayPal so that you can actually get paid. And then what will happen is you'll get sent an email, or you do it within a dashboard that will be there as pending, waiting to be approved. And then all you have to do is approve it and then cut and paste all of that information that you've been given by the business that wants their job advertised. All you've got to do is cut and paste that into the newsletter just like this, and straight away you've done your job. Okay, so you could be out on a Friday night and somebody submits a sponsored listing to your newsletter, and then you've got paid, and then all you have to do just before your newsletter goes out is cut and paste as simply as I did, something like this, get sent out in your newsletter, and you've been paid $100, $200, $300, whatever it is, in order to be able to promote that job listing. And like I said, the companies, that businesses are happy because they are getting in front of the right people. Okay, so just as a last few tips for you, you want to set up competitive pricing. I'll show you how to do that, but basically just research competitors, offers, discounts, try out tiered pricing, see what everyone's doing. Boost jobs fillability, like I've just shown you. Use bold, use different colors, label it as an ad, make it really, really clear that it is capturing people's eye and they know that it's a sponsored listing. Okay, and then promote it online as well. So what I'd be doing is I wouldn't just be putting it in here, but I'd also be putting it out on social media that I would be building in parallel with my newsletter. So this isn't the only way for you to get paid passively or earn from your jobs board newsletter. And what we're going to do in the next video is we're going to go through more ways that you can get paid with your jobs board newsletters. So if that sounds of interest to you, then do subscribe. Watch this video now in the meantime, and we'll see you in the next one.